Right spot is White, kicks it outside. Horford.
How good is Jaylen Brown?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Welcome to Celtics post-game live presented by New England Ford Dealers and Ford Trucks. Kendrick Perkins, Eddie House, Amina Smith here with you. And the Celtics beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 121-109, snapping their 3-game losing streak and finally getting a win at home in this 7-game homestand. Perk, I hear you laughing on the other end. What went right for the Celtics in this one?
I mean, I want to know what the hell is so funny, Eddie? Huh? What's so funny? What's over there tickling your face?
You know what? You know what's so funny is that you took that hat off because you just got a fresh cut. That's what's so funny. You didn't have no haircut. That one was so funny. You had that hat on your head trying to hide that poof you had on top of that thing, and then you only got that fresh cut during halftime. Now you want to peel the Santa. Where's Santa Perk at?
Dang, I'm trying to get like you, Perk. I need to get my hair done at halftime too. I mean, you getting a fresh cut at halftime? That's what we doing now.
I'm just saying. I had to. I was around here looking a little rough, but you know what went right for the Celtics, Amina? They got it done collectively. Doc used to always say, dig deep, dig deep, dig deep. That's what they did tonight. They dug deep. They got it out the mud. I saw guys getting deflections, making it happen, extra effort, offensive rebounds, making the extra pass, and then Jaylen Brown was spectacular in the fourth quarter. He took them home. That's why he get paid the big bucks.
And Jaylen Brown did take over in that fourth quarter. Eddie, why was it imperative for the Celtics to win this game tonight after that 3-game losing streak?
You can't lose 4 straight, especially at home. I mean, it's different. You go on the road and you face some juggernauts, right? And you play them tough, and it's a tough game. You lose a couple at the buzzer. You look at it back and say, man, you know what? 3 or 4 possessions, we had the game. We messed that up. You could look back at that on the road and even the championship team don't want to look at that. So, like, let me dismiss that too at the same time. But at home, there is no excuse. At home, there is no excuse, especially the teams that you were playing. These are teams that you're supposed to put away. You're supposed to take care and start lineup. Perk, you've been over there with ice on your knees, watching Gino on the Jumbotron. That's what's supposed to happen when teams come in and they on the bottom half of the league. You take care of business, and it starts with the leaders. And I think that the leaders tonight came out and they set the precedent, and everybody else followed. I mean, another 30-30 performance.
Let's bring in Scal right now, who's live inside of TD Garden. Let's talk about Jaylen Brown. 36 points tonight, but 23 of those points coming in the fourth quarter. Scal, what looked different about Jaylen Brown heading into the final minutes of this game?
I think the biggest difference in this game is the Celtics made threes in that fourth quarter. They didn't shoot the ball well throughout. They played well. They did a lot of good things. They competed defensively. They just didn't make shots, but in the fourth quarter they did. So when Jaylen Brown started hitting threes, then guys started having to take his airspace away. Then he was allowed to just get downhill. But the threes were a big part of this game.
And Perk, you mentioned Jaylen Brown off of the top of the show. What was the best thing he was able to do in this game?
Well, he was aggressive. One, I thought he just played with a different type of edge, right? He just had that pop in this stuff, that intensity. Like he had it on his mind, like it was a game 7 type situation, meaning a must-win type situation. And that's what you need out of your leaders, just being resilient.
And initially in this matchup, Jaylen Brown had some shots that weren't falling. Eddie, what does it say about Jaylen Brown that even though those shots weren't falling in the second and third quarter, he was able to come back in the fourth quarter and help the Celtics get the win?
Well, how did he get his shot to start falling? You know what he did? He started taking that thing to the basket. He was strong. He was getting deflection, playing defense, allowing other energy to feed his offensive energy, but then also not settling. I think once he got it going, then he started testing them waters on the 3 and like, okay, I'm going to let that go because I'm feeling really good. But before that, his mindset was downhill, attack, attack, attack. And that was on both ends of the court. And he was aggressive on the rebound. I mean, he finished with 7 rebounds. So to me, that shows that he's engaged, that he's going to attack the basketball. And so when that starts happening and you understand the sense of urgency that this game had, it doesn't matter who was in front of him. You can't lose 4 straight games, especially at home.
Jayson Tatum also had himself a night, 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. When you take a look at his game, Scal, just what looked different about Jayson Tatum against the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was aggressive this game. You know, I thought he was getting off the ball a little bit more early on. Listen, the Celtics didn't shoot well, but they had 28 assists. They were pushing the pace. They were getting up and down a lot faster. They were allowing their defense to turn over. Marcus Smart was super engaged into this game, and I thought that he kind of set the tempo for these guys. Like, he was the energy force when the energy would drop. So I think Smart being out there just helps Brown and Tatum get some easy ones and takes a lot of pressure off of them. So, I mean, this was a great game. I just think the Celtics would have had 150 points if they would have made some shots today. But they just played good basketball today. They just missed a lot of wide open shots. But Tatum was good today.
Perk, it's no secret that the Milwaukee Bucks are coming to town on Sunday for that Christmas Day game. How do you think Jayson Tatum used this matchup as a tune-up, knowing that it's a juggernaut matchup on the way on Christmas?
Well, that's exactly what he did. And you know what? I'm glad that they actually had to be in a dogfight tonight. I'm glad they actually had to, you know, come back and get the crowd and get the energy hyped up in the arena, because they needed this type of win. Like, you don't want to blow out win and just, you want to have to go get it. And credit to Minnesota, because they gave them a nice being shorthanded, right? We talked about all the personnel that they were missing. You know, I thought the Celtics needed this test. And you can just tell, you know when the Garden is rocking. You know when it's rocking. I mean, I ain't say it was a playoff atmosphere, but it was rocking in the other night.
It was definitely rocking inside of TD Garden, especially going into that fourth quarter. And I want to switch the attention to Marcus Smart, him being back in this matchup on the floor for the Celtics after sitting with a non-COVID illness. He had 10 assists and was a plus 20 for the Celtics. Eddie, when you take a look at Marcus Smart and how he changed the complexion of this team in terms of getting them a little bit more energy and effort on the floor, how did that show up tonight?
I think he's able to get guys easy baskets. He understands the offense and how the offensive flows. And also, these guys been playing together for a long time. We're talking about Jaylen Brown. We're talking about Jayson Tatum and Marcus Smart. So when you play with guys for a long period of time, it's an unspoken energy and unspoken rhythm that you have with one another. You don't even have to look at somebody. You know he about to back cut. All you have to do, you don't even have to really make any kind of nods or anything like that. You know he about to back cut just the way you guys been playing. And I think understanding the offense the way that he does, understanding where those guys like how they play, make them get a lot of easy shots and put them in position to get a whole lot easier shots. Instead of everything is forced in one-on-one action, they're able to cut back door, get easy layups, or get in a position to where they got a quick one-on-one, not a one-on-one where the whole defense is looking at them. And
Scal, how did Marcus Smart make the game just flow better for Boston?
Pushing the pace. That was the big thing for him today. I thought he pushed the pace, and Eddie talked about guys going back door, and Marcus Smart got a lot of easy baskets for Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. And I believe that those superstars, in a long 82-game season, you got to find some ways to get some easy baskets. Smart was great for that. And that stretch right there, he had Tatum on the back door. He had Jaylen Brown on the back door out of transition, and then he kicked it ahead for Jaylen Brown for the dunk. That stretch right there was the separation of this game, and that's how they built the lead, and that's how they maintained that lead in the fourth quarter.
Well, House talked about it pregame. I think his key of the game was to play like champions, right? Or play like a champion. And that's what Marcus Smart did. In order for the Celtics to win a championship, the two categories and what he did on the floor tonight, the double-figure assists, being that true point guard, getting guys involved, that facilitator on the other end, active hands, getting steals, deflections, that's leading to the fast break. That's the Marcus Smart that the Celtics are going to need in order to be hanging up the banner, in 2023. So when House said, play like champions, I guess Marcus Smart heard him. And for once, House was right.
Not for once. Come on, you got to give Eddie a little bit more credit than that. He's been right a couple times.
Subtle dig.
Come on.
Sniper.
I'm not going to let him throw you under the bus, Eddie. All right, let's send it out to Abby, who's with Jaylen Brown after this win.
Jaylen, 23 points in the fourth quarter. It all started when that three finally fell. What sparked anything inside you?
Just got to play through it, man. It's good. This game will take you high and it'll take you low. Some games, seem like every shot is going in, and some games it seems like it's a lid on the basket. But, I trust in my work. You just got to keep going. And tonight in the fourth quarter, I just stayed with it. And I was able to get over the hump a little bit.
I mean, contributions from all around. You and Jayson both over 30 points. Marcus Smart, double-digit assists, and Al and Derek hitting big shots. How important was it for you guys to get this win tonight?
It was super important. We've been in a little rut, so it was super important that we locked down on defense and get through it. And it felt good to get back on the winning side.
What broke through for you guys?
I think we just picked up the energy a little bit and just got it going. The crowd got behind us, and then we just kept it rolling from there. We played defense pretty good tonight, and we was able to make some shots that helped get us a lead.
Can you take this momentum into the Christmas Day matchup?
Absolutely. You know, we got to keep it up. We know how to win. It just seemed like when you lose and it put more pressure on you.
Big juice, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir, yes,
From
sir.
now on, that's how you play.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to see you putting your damn head down no more. You too good for that, baby.
You heard it right there. So we just got to carry the momentum, and we can't get too high after this win. It's just one. So we got to get ready for the next one.